Good morning, everybody. Today, while I have my coffee, we're going to rate times that I was scammed based on how scammy I think they were. Starting off strong, we have the Fushigi ball. I so believe this from the infomercials as a kid. I'm rating it like a 7 out of 10. This thing looked so ridiculous trying to actually do anything with it in person. Mind flex. They said you could control it with your mind. I don't know if it was the ADHD or what, but this was a scam. This was like 5 out of 10 because even as a kid, I didn't even think it was gonna work. This rainbow Starbucks cup, I should have known better. This girl was scamming me on Instagram. People were selling it for hundreds of dollars, and she was like, I work at Starbucks. I got it when it released. I'll only charge you $35. BS. Totally got scammed. Cup never came. Did a chargeback, got my money back, but very annoying. I did end up getting a real one, and I think it was like $60. I forgot to rate that one, but I think I'd give it like 2 out of 10. It was a lazy scam. Should have known better, and they didn't even try that hard. This last one is a doozy, and I will tell you all about it. This happened to me about 2 years ago. So, I was getting a hip replacement. My mom was really, really ill at the time. I usually took care of her during the day, and I would be unable to do that after the hip replacement for like a couple weeks to months. So what do you do when you need help and you don't have anyone to help you in the house? You hire a health aide. So, I posted in the community Facebook pages of my local community, and I found a woman who graduated from the same college as me. She had decent vibes online, and we set up an interview and met her in person. It was okay, she seemed really nice, and we ended up hiring her. So, she wasn't the best home health aide. She was late, lazy, and abrasive, honestly, but she did the job for the most part. She drove us where we needed to go, to physical therapy, appointments, dialysis center, whatever. And it was working out okay for a couple weeks. One day, when she was at my house one time, she was on the phone she got a call from her father, and it wasn't on speakerphone, but all I could hear was her dad scream at her, "Julie, you're going to jail!" This should have been red flag number 1. Obviously, I couldn't hear the entire situation through her phone, but I could gather that there was a check written from his name, and he was blaming her for doing this. I kind of got uncomfortable at that point, and I just told her to leave for the day, and that would be it. So everything is kind of fine for the next couple weeks. We only had her in total, maybe like a little over a month, maybe 6 weeks. And one night I was checking my banking information online, and it was used at a local ShopRite. And I wasn't going grocery shopping. We were using Instacart at the time. So I knew something was up. So I call the bank, they cancel my card, and they do some investigation, and it's at a local ShopRite, and for somehow they were able to tell me the first name of the person that used my card. So I was like, oh my god, it's our girl Julie! Over the next couple days, we got hundreds of dollars of charged on every single card that was in my wallet. The day after she used my debit card at the ShopRite, we immediately knew something was up, and I even mentioned it in front of her. I didn't immediately suspect her because they didn't know the name right then. So I was just kind of complaining about it the next day when she was at my house, and so she heard it. So she must have panicked and started spending a lot more money on the other cards. Her fatal flaw, though, is that she paid with PayPal. And if you don't know, PayPal protects you like nobody else, in my opinion. Like, they have got your back. So when I ended up making a call to PayPal about the transactions and I was able to give them the whole card number, they told me her first and last name, and we knew officially that it was her. There was no doubt in our minds that it was her. So after she had left for the day, we texted her that she was fired, we knew what she did, and we called the police. The police came, they took a police report. It ended up just being under the threshold for a felony, so it was only a misdemeanor, and they would only be able to arrest her if she was arrested for another charge at the time. Of course, the police, were upset about this because they don't like when people scam disabled people. But I will say the officers were really nice, really professional, and they really tried hard to protect us. And I really appreciate that. We actually never reported this to the police because we didn't know until like weeks to months later. She had actually stolen all of the cash in our house that my mom had, and it would have totally pushed it over the threshold to a felony. She would have been able to be arrested and we would have been able to press charges, but we didn't know at the time. But overall, this was a 10 out of 10 scam. I could not even believe it. After we got rid of Julie, we went on care.com, and I cannot recommend care.com enough. Don't pull a me. Don't get it from a local community Facebook page. Facebook be scamming, and pay the money for care.com like I didn't want to in the beginning. But after we did that, we never got scammed again with healthcare aides, and they were usually really reliable, really nice, and really, really, really good at the job. So overall, 10 out of 10 scam. Crazy scam. I was shook at the time, and I'm still shook. I'm still kind of mad at Julie, not gonna lie. But thanks for rating my scams with me. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. Bye.